What is up YouTube, Demon Sparks here, and today I want to show you guys another modification I did for the Currie Tech Ezip-400. This is my scooter, and what I did today was I removed this stupid SLA charger plug, the original charging socket, which comes with a plug like this on the charger that you plug into the scooter, and they use these little shitty three prongs, even though the third one, I guess, isn't even hooked up to anything, so it doesn't really matter. So you have your prong on the right and left, which is your positive and negative, and I have that all obviously wired up accordingly and appropriately. So what I did, I guess I'll first start off with showing the charger plug itself. Here's the charger, and here is the other end. I cut off the ends of this cable, and I spliced on and shrink tubed a Molex plug from a computer power supply. I have the male and the female one. If it will focus, that would be great, which it probably won't. This phone does not like focusing up close for some reason, so try to get it to focus, and if it doesn't, then it doesn't. I guess it won't. So anyway, I have the Molex plug on my charger adapter, the charger brick power supply. And also I have this neat little thing, which has flexibility to it. It moves around, it bends, it can turn. Well, really can't turn. It's also removable, and it's also detachable, since I have the original plug, which is a male and a female plug with 3 wires that plug into each other. So I can fully remove this if I wanted to, and disconnect it from the scooter without having to cut the wires, which is really neat. And also, since this is the charger port, it also has direct connectivity to the batteries, which I'll show in a second. Here I have the Simpson 260 voltmeter set to 50 volts, since this is on 24. And I also had it labeled in case I did forget by accident, but here's your positive. And wherever the negative lead is, here it is. Take your negative lead and plug those into there. And this is set for 50 volts. And like I said, this is 24 volts since the batteries are in series. And it's about 24 volts. So I'm pretty sure around 1.5, when this needle hits 1.5 or so, that means they're fully charged. Because you'll also have drop-off voltage and your over voltage when you top off your battery, since they're sealed lead acid. So they will have a higher top-off voltage, which will slowly, gradually go down after charging. So yeah, that's plugged into there. Now unplug these, and I go ahead and plug in. I also labeled the plug, so you can't actually physically put it on the wrong way anyway, but just so I know which end to grab and which way to plug it in. So I just go like that. I have to put this down, since I hold both plugs and push them into each other, since the Molex, and anyone who's familiar with Molexes know they're a pretty tight-fitting little piece of wire connector. And I have it plugged in, and that's really all there's to it. And yeah, it works great. The other plug, this one, for some reason, would get extremely hot. You would not be able to touch this. You could not physically touch that. It would literally burn you. It would get so hot. And the little wires, I guess, for this plug was just too small of a gauge. So it was adding so much resistance, heating up this metal core, or the metal ground, I guess it was. But this one it actually does not physically have a ground on here. The original pins, like I was saying earlier, this bottom pin was not physically connected to anything inside the charger cable. So therefore I just never added one, since it's just a ground cable, I'm guessing, and it doesn't actually serve a real purpose. It's not really a circuit cutoff, it's not a ground, it doesn't really seem to do anything at all, since it was never originally on this charger to begin with. So that's why I didn't use it, since it was never originally on it to begin with. So that's just a little blue wire on the inside, and I just took a little piece of plastic and I cut it down to appropriate size to cover up this, because it normally was a hole where this socket would fit in, and it would screw into the frame. So I just took a piece of plastic, cut around, hot glued this flexible tubing, and put some On the inside, there's cushion on each side of the Molex, which holds it in the center, and it's hot glued in place. And then this is also hot glued just to make sure it's sealed so no rainwater will get inside the frame. That's why I did that, but it's easily removable. I have one screw up here, there's another screw in the bottom down over here. You can kind of see a little bit. So yeah, that's my little modification to it. It seems to work really well, and I'm quite happy with it. And not too sure how far I'm going to take it with this. It's probably pretty much as bad as much as I'm going to do with it. So, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed my little modification, and you guys can check it out for yourselves. I'm sorry.